my career and how the characters that I played affect me. And I've done a lot of talking about Elsa. And it seems like there's this common thread between all the characters that Thanks, everybody. I want to thank Alan and Josh for those incredible words. Thank you for making me feel so special. I would not be here today if it wasn't for my sister, Kristen Bell, and what we have created together. It does seem like just yesterday, about 1989, 1990, when I was driving around in a beat-up old Nissan red hatch, and I would sing at bar mitzvahs and weddings all over the tri-state area, Jersey, Manhattan, Connecticut, Long Island. Never in a million years did I think that I'd be standing here amongst all of these incredible names on this sidewalk. Although, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I did have a sense of myself. When I was younger, I believed in myself. I thought that I was capable of accomplishing something significant and using my voice to connect with people. But, as you get older, with bouts of success comes a lot of responsibility and scrutiny, and the noise gets louder. And it's funny. Having been on this roller coaster ride, especially this month with Frozen 2 coming out, we talk a lot about our roles, and I've been able to take stock of my career and how the characters that I played affect me. And I've done a lot of talking about Elsa. And it seems like there's this common thread between all the characters that I played, where there's this duality, between being vulnerable and being really powerful and strong, and trying to find that balance in my life, just like Elsa's always trying to find that balance. And it's hard because when you try to allowing for vulnerability is how you get to the heart and the truth of the matter of things. And also you have to be powerful in order to be courageous enough to take risks. So it's this weird duality. But none of that is possible in our lives and in our career if we're not surrounded by the people who have loved and supported us in our lives. And ironically, we're standing here in front of the Pantages, where a couple years ago I was doing a couple weeks of a Broadway show that I had done called If Then, and my manager, Heather Reynolds, almost going on, 30 years now, I was having a little bit of a tough time. I might say I was having an anxiety attack. All the LA critics were coming, and I was really nervous about that, because being in New York is one thing, but being accepted out here is another thing. And it was intermission, and I was wrapped in a ball on the floor, just thinking I was sucking the whole show. And she came up, and she was there for me, and she made me drink a glass of wine with her, which I never drink when I'm performing, but she's a great manager. And she talked me through it, and she told me how much she loved me and believed in me all these years. And I love you, Heather, for that. I have my dad, who can't be here today, slipped and hurt his leg, but he's out in Florida, and he's the guy that sits in the audience at any premiere or any opening night and has about 30 people all surrounding him who are now my biggest fans and know that he is my father, and they all can get tickets, and their cousins and their cousins and the owner of the grocery store in the town they live can all come backstage to my shows. And my sister, who couldn't be here, who is one of my best friends and who inspires Anna for me all the time. And then there's my mother, who's, Mommy, put down the phone and take this in. My mother, who would never allow me to have a backup career. I'd say, well, maybe I should minor in business just in case, Uncle Marty says it's a really tough business and it's hard to get an agent. And she would say, no, you have no backup careers. You put all your passion into your dream and making that come true. I believe in you. And then I have my beautiful son, Walker, who's getting to play hooky today from school, who's here, who is actually the embodiment of what I was talking about, that sort of reflection of this little kind, generous, very, very sweet, empathic soul who's also at 10 years old learning how to be tough and kick ass at the same time. And so I feel like if I can look at him and see how beautiful that is, then I guess I have to accept that and take that in for myself and all of the characters that I play. And finally, my husband Aaron is here, who actually helped me write the script this morning because I didn't know what I wanted to say and I was nervous. And when all the noise gets really loud in my head, I am able to just wake up in the morning and he looks at me in that way and I just know that it's all okay and we're going to be good. And I love you, Aaron, so much. You've changed my life. So in the words of Jonathan Larson, who is the composer of Rents and the very first job that I ever had in my life, I'm humbled and honored to be here, and I'm going to try to take in the moment, as he would say, savor this moment, because there's no day but today. Thank you, everybody.